somebody discovered that their PSA 9 buybacks are now showing up as a PSA 10. Yeah, this week got pretty weird. Let's talk about what happened and what everybody in the community is saying about it. This is the Weekly Clob. Clobber's gonna clob. So Preston on Twitter, he submitted a whole bunch of these Pikachu and Zekrom team-ups, and I think in total there were 30 of them, and some of them got returned as PSA 9s, of course, as expected. But however, what happened was after he sold those back to PSA, he did their instant buyback offer of about $35 a card. He later went back and saw that now the same certificates were showing up as PSA 10s. So this got the community kind of up in arms, accusing PSA of nefarious manipulation, I guess you could say, of the whole situation. So PSA's got their hands in a lot of parts of this whole ordeal, not only with grading the cards, but then with this buyback program and partnerships with companies like GameStop to supply graded cards for some of their mystery products, like the Power Packs we talked about last week. So there's a lot of things that could have happened here, especially with an order of this size. As we've seen, a lot of mistakes happen in the grading process. It's just very manual, very hands-on, a lot of opportunities for human error. So what maybe happened is in the system, the certificates could have got mixed up, the PSA 9 and the PSA 10, and then that crossed over to the buyback program and got mislabeled as 9. Could be a honest mistake. It could have also been some kind of reevaluation of the cards during the buyback process, but that gets into a little bit of a shady area. And that brings us to the scariest option, which is some of the people in the community are accusing PSA of doing this more intentionally and manipulating the value of these cards to maximize profit. Now, I don't think there's any evidence that this was intentional, that PSA was intentionally scamming anybody, but it definitely doesn't look good on their part. Moments like these really highlight why transparency is so important. We've seen competition like Tag a lot more transparent in the grading process with the scans and all the detailed analysis publicly available on their website, whereas traditionally PSA is much more locked down, much more tight-lipped about their whole grading process, making this kind of hard to verify that it was just an honest mistake or identify kind of what part in the process may have gotten messed up. And while we wait to see how PSA responds to this whole ordeal, let's jump to another grading mess from last week. So we had this story about a guy grabbing the $100 Power Pack on Black Friday from GameStop, and his graded card was a energy card, a basic energy, lightning energy card, and it was only a PSA 9, valuing it at $3. And the reaction from the community on this was priceless. There was a lot of jokes about basic energy card and this as being the power packs with lightning energy and all that kind of stuff. A lot more comments focused on the buyer of the product from GameStop and not really GameStop themselves, joking about how this is really a gamble and what did they expect of gambling $100 and only getting a $3 card. We don't have any official response from GameStop yet, but there was some rumors that GameStop was going to replace this power pack and give them a brand new one, but I'm still trying to confirm that. This is something companies like MJ Holding have been doing for quite a while with all these repacks, not so much on the graded card repack, but GameStop is now at that same level. So be careful out there. It's definitely got a weird impact on the whole graded card system right now and community is we're getting some inflated values on these cards. We're getting rumors of GameStop buying back these cards from vendors at card shows for something like 90% value. Really going to reduce the supply of these cards, which ultimately is going to drive up the value of them, which is kind of a weird artificial scarcity that's being generated by these mystery packs. And just a slew of all these random cards getting graded because there's guaranteed graded cards in these packs, but they're not guaranteed of which card they are. So regular double rares, and now this extreme example of a basic energy card is just crazy. I can't even believe this. I don't think this is going anywhere fast, but the community needs to be aware that this is going on. There's a lot of hype around these mystery products, and you can really get burned on these, so you've got to be careful. So let's cool down for a little bit and talk about this week's pickups and pulls. First up, we've got 5 more Clobberpusses for the Clobberpuss binder. Our mission to fill up an entire binder of this Clobber's Gonna Clob 6/7 Clobberpuss card I just love this one, and it's been a meme around the channel, so I think it'd be really cool. Got a lot of good feedback at the last card show about having this Clobbopus binder, so we're going to keep picking them up as we can. Also picking up some more Charmander and Charizard and Charmeleon promos. These are really cool. The baby shinies from Hidden Fates, the Charmeleon. I got the Charmander to match this a couple shows ago. Also, this very cool Snorlax V card. These are kind of the precursor to the Full Art EX cards that we have now in Scarlet and Violet, and then also in Mega Evolution. But love me some Snorlax. Aegislash, however you pronounce this one. That's a cool little sword Pokemon. Didn't know about this one, but I thought it was some cool artwork. This is illustrator Takumi Wada. A cool little Pikachu GX. This is a Sun and Moon promo. So Sun and Moon promos are getting up there. And I'd recommend if you like any of those cards, maybe go ahead and pick them up because they're getting a few generations old now. And I expect the prices to get a pretty big bump soon. Much better view there of this card out of the sleeve. All right, and here is the Zekrom GX that I picked up. This is also a Sun and Moon promo, and I'm becoming much more of a fan of Zekrom after picking up that monochrome black Zekrom from Black Bolt last week. I want to get a bunch more Zekrom cards. I think this was just a really cool design. In terms of pulls, we got right off the presses, right before I recorded this, we pulled this Yamper, and it's super clean, centered, and I'm going to get it graded. This actually came from a pack from the holiday calendar. So just a reminder, if you did pick up one of those and you forgot you had it, we are now in December and you can start opening them up. This is fun, great activity to do with the kids. And that's going to be it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for watching and support. Clobber's gonna clob. See you next week.